Hi, I'm Maren Gimpel, field ecologist at Washington College's River and Field campus. Today I'm going to talk to you about hummingbirds and how to feed them. When I say hummingbird, you are probably picturing the ruby-throated hummingbird, the only regularly occurring species in eastern North America. But did you know that 23 species have been seen in the US and that worldwide there are over 300 species of hummingbirds? Hummingbirds can only be found in the Western Hemisphere. Ruby-throated hummingbirds arrived back in our area in late April. We banded our first ones of the season at Foreman's Branch Bird Observatory back on April 19th. They will remain in Maryland until late September or very early October. If you see a hummingbird after early October, it could be one of 6 other species that are sometimes found in the state as vagrants. Female ruby-throated hummingbirds will build nests on slender branches, usually between 10 and 40 feet off the ground. The nests are made of dandelion and thistledown and are held together with spider webs and sometimes sap. The outside of the nest is covered with a mix of lichens and moss. The nests are about 2 inches across and 1 inch deep. Ruby-throated hummingbirds can nest twice a summer, with each nest having between 1 and 3 eggs. Hummingbird activity picks up noticeably in late August, when the young of the year outnumber adults and birds of all ages are eating more food in preparation for their southward migration. In the fall, hummingbirds migrate south by flying around the Gulf of Mexico, and they'll spend the winter throughout Mexico and Central America. In the spring, they're in a hurry to get back to their breeding grounds, and they'll use the shortest route available to them. They will fly from Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula across the Gulf of Mexico. The trip takes between 18 and 24 hours depending on weather, and they'll make it without stopping. Hummingbirds' metabolism is so fast, they need to consume at least 1.5 times their body weight every day. They're always on the lookout for food. Lucky for us, that means if you put out food, you'll have plenty of hummingbirds to watch. One of the easiest ways to enjoy them is to put out nectar feeders. There are many different sizes and styles. Which one you choose doesn't matter very much, but if they come apart for easier cleaning, that's definitely a plus. If you're washing a feeder by hand, you might want to get a tiny brush to help clean all the hard-to-reach places. You can buy pre-mixed hummingbird nectar, or you can easily make your own. Just mix 4 parts of water to 1 part sugar. Heat it until the sugar has fully dissolved. If you make more than fits in your feeders, you can keep it in the fridge for up to a week. You should change nectar once you put it outside, about once a week, or more often if it's really hot or it becomes visibly cloudy. Also, there is no need for red dye. There's enough red on the feeders to attract the birds. Dye is totally unnecessary and potentially harmful to the hummingbirds. Another way to attract hummingbirds to your yard is through plants. I mentioned that hummingbirds are attracted to red, so most of the flowers of the following plants I'm going to name are also red. Some native species of plants that you can use to attract hummingbirds include spotted jewelweed, trumpet creeper, bee balm or other species of monarda, trumpet honeysuckle, and cardinal flower. There are also some non-native species that you can plant to attract hummingbirds to your yard. Many of the sage species have bright red flowers, and butterfly bush in the Buddleia family is also great for hummingbirds as well as other pollinators. You can also look for seed packets with a mix of species designed to attract hummingbirds as well. If you have any questions about plants or feeders, be sure to ask the staff at your local Mills store. I hope you see plenty of hummingbirds this summer.